The pharmaceutical industry and the medical industry is one of the most powerful industries in the world. In the United States alone, the medical industry is a $1 trillion per year industry. It's nearly 20% of the American gross domestic product. This therapy would eliminate the need for 90 to 95% of all pharmaceutical, drugs, and medical procedures. It'd be virtually unnecessary. We would eliminate that incredible money-making monster. So the pharmaceutical industry controls our politicians. They're the ones putting the money towards all their campaigns, and they're getting those kickbacks from our politicians. And those kickbacks are the governments, particularly the government in the United States, has passed laws making it illegal in the United States to treat cancer, and I believe any other disease, using natural means. You must lean on the pharmaceutical industry for the treatment of disease. It's against the law. An example, if my 17-year-old son comes down with cancer in the United States, and I say to the oncologist, well, thank you for diagnosing this condition using the methods that you do to diagnose, and thank you for recommending the chemo, radiation, and the surgery, but I'm sorry, we're going to go down a different route. We want to do natural therapy. Literally, within 15 minutes, social services shows up at the oncologist's office. My son would be taken away from me, forced to do chemotherapy and radiation, and I would go to jail. There's people using natural therapies. You know, chiropractors, for example, nutrition. They give supplements, but to go to a clinic that's claiming to treat cancer with nutrition is illegal. We see families be destroyed over the decision that a family member needs to make over which direction they're going to go for therapy. You have a patient in the family that's sick. You have 1, 2, maybe 3 family members that want to go down our route. And then you have 10, 15, 20 members of that same family that are emphatic that the patient receive chemotherapy, radiation, the whole conventional medical route. And quite often, the patient, just to keep the peace, will choose the conventional method because that's the direction that a majority of the family wants them to go. We see it all the time. So the laws are very tricky, but by coming to Mexico, you're not under the laws proposed or made by the United States politicians. In fact, it's my understanding now that the current Mexican government is actually pro-natural therapies. So we're actually in an even greater environment at this time to do the work that we do.
The frustrations of dealing with the medical system and politics of, Lyme disease is a very controversial disease in the United States. Going non-traditional routes is very controversial in the United States. So it's not a surprise to us that we would have to go into Mexico to receive this care, but it is frustrating.